my background in music, interesting enough, like when I was younger, I never used to make music. I have really talented sisters, and they know how to sing so well. And so back in high school, my older sister always used to perform at like the high school like auditions, like entertainment things, right? She used to sing all the time. And then in following years, my little sister started to do that. So I always used to go and support them. You know what I'm saying? Like I always used to go and support them. They used to sing in the house all the time. Sometimes we'd even sing together, all together. But I never really stepped foot into there, right? And my mom can sing pretty well too. You know, sometimes she'd be like humming in the kitchen, or she'd be like, like sometimes people just be singing. Even my dad, sometimes he'd be driving, he'd be singing and everything. So I realized that now, like my parents and my whole family can sing, you know? And so like that was pretty much how I guess the singing started to begin with me. And then I had friends who always made music too. Like in high school, I had friends when I was like literally 14, 13 who were literal like they were making real life good music, bro. They were dropping tracks. So like I would always support them, like my bros and I would always be like, oh. And I think on a subconscious level, it sort of started to come to me a lot. And I guess that's how, I guess that's my background in music. I just wanna hear it. Okay, I started making music, like I'm talking about, going on YouTube, listening to beats, all of that when I was like 18, 19, I would say for sure. Up until then, it was more of freestyling with my friends. We'd freestyle, oh, let's do this, this, and this, and this. Sometimes we would drink and smoke up and everything. I'm sober now, but I'm talking about those days. Like, you know how it is, like sometimes, like as soon as, you start drinking and start smoking and they start talking about, yo, somebody put on a beat, and then all of a sudden, everybody's just freestyling, So I think a large foundation of the music that I made today comes from freestyling with my friends. So 18/19 years old, I started to spend a lot more time like downloading beats, freestyling out of nowhere. Like I guess I'll be walking to the bus stop, I'll be walking to the train or to work or to school, and I'll be freestyling to a song. I'll have these AirPods and I'll be freestyling whatever, and then go to the point where I started writing, and that's when I started to really like get into that actual making of music around 18 or 19, and I'm 23 now, so that's about like 4 or 5 years of making music. I started making music, I think it's much larger than an internal thing. When you watch movies, when you watch TV, when you're on Netflix, even when you're in the gym, there's music everywhere. Like music is literally everywhere. Music is literally every single where. Like even when you watch ads, when you're in the supermarket, when you're in the mall, there's music. Like music is literally what makes the world go round after money, literal. Like you can use frequencies to sort of like bring out different emotions within people, right? That's why like around Christmas time they have that jolly kind of theme. So music literally is a part of us. It's a part of us, right? So music was all around me growing up, man. Like my mom loved music, my dad loved music, my sisters loved music, my friends, my family, everyone loved music. So through the dancing and the bopping of their heads and all of that, I guess I started to develop a relationship with music as time progressed. And I guess it got to the point where whenever I freestyle or whenever I would listen to a song, I'd always like feel very connected to certain songs that resonate with me. I'm sure you would agree. Where, there's some songs that bring out nostalgic memories, like it brings out a sense of nostalgia. And I started to develop a real relationship with music. And I realized that music was a form of identity, it's a form of self-expression, it's a form of feelings and perception and your experiences in the world and internally too. And that's what my music actually revolves around. It revolves around how I feel about the world, how I feel about some people in my life, good and bad, how I feel about myself, good and bad. And it sort of allows me to sort of put into songs what I feel. And that's such a great way to sort of express and deal with sometimes anxiety or some sort of like, I wouldn't say depression, but times where you're feeling sad. And it became a part of me. Music is a form of self-expression, and I guess I found a way to express myself within the music scene. Yeah. Love only, you can put it on. Okay, so the music industry, I'm unsure if you're somebody who's tapped in or you're somebody who's aware of the many ins and outs of the industry, but my dream as a kid was never to become an artist. You know, I wasn't sleeping every single day and waking up every single day listening to these quote unquote greats of the music industry and trying to learn how they do their things, and for me to go about my life trying to be this huge artist, you know, selling out arenas and selling albums. And, you know, do you understand what I'm trying to say here? Like, I feel as though I'm a creative person, and that's how I found myself within the music space. It was never a matter of telling the world that, hey, I'm going to be the next big thing, and telling all my friends that I'm going to be the next big thing. It was always just a matter of, hey, oh, I just made the song, bro, just listen to the song. Or I just made the song, let me get in the studio. You know, so if I wanted to be like a huge artist, I know exactly how I would do that. You know, I would take certain steps and sort of like plan everything according to that ambition. But the steps that I'm using and the path that I'm taking is more so on a way of to explain my art, to bring art to you, and to sort of just keep it a bean, bro. Just keep it like, you know, oh yeah, Sotey Yon makes music, and that's pretty cool. You know, like he also makes films, he also makes movies, he also models and everything. So I guess my plan really is just to continue making music. I love the creative space, man. Like, it's a great space to be in. It allows me to discover new parts of myself, and it also allows me to sort of see the world in a different scope. So yeah.